Hey folks, my name is Pete Lewis. This is Claire Church. We are owners of the Muse Performance Space in Lafayette. Of course, we don't have any concerts booked right now, and so we're reaching out to our fellow musicians and trying to get to know them a little better and have you get to know them a little bit more too. We're also trying to raise funds for these musicians whose primarily income is gigging and getting income from their gigs. So we'll have some links in the post once we get this up online. This afternoon is MaryLynn Gillaspie, just wonderful vocalist, and we're going to find a little bit about her upbringing, how she got inspired to be a singer. But first, she's going to sing a song for us.
Why not? Okay, so I practice using my, hi everybody, and hi, it's really nice to be here. I practice using my little iReal Pro. This is how I practice at home. And I look around and discover different grooves and whatnot. So this is my new discovery for this song. It's called Jazz Blue Note.
Sounds good.
So this is new for me too. Here we go. I got all my gas and wells. Here I go singing now. Bye, bye, blackbird. Well, somebody waits for me. Should I sing? So is he, yeah. Bye, bye. Oh, bye, 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 blackbird. No one here can love or understand me. Oh, all the stories they all hand me make my bed like the lights. I'll be going home late tonight. Whoa, bye, 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 blackbird, yeah. I think that's enough of this.
Yeah, there you go. Nice.
It's amazing that just changing the groove gives just changing the groove gives the tune this new life, you know.
Oh, I just was messing around the other day. I said, "Ooh, what's jazz blue note?" I kind of have an idea what they're going after, but I put it on. I was like, "Oh, that's kind of fun."
Yeah.
So, I don't have a band in my house, and I don't play the piano very well, so I'm not accompanying myself.
So we've known you from just playing gigs with you and listening to you, but can you tell us like maybe where you grew up and how you got inspired to be a vocalist? And I know you were in Rare Silk. If you could share some of those experiences, that'd be fascinating.
I dialed up a few Rare Silk videos just for kicks because you asked for it, Pete. So I've got a little history, but I grew up in the San Fernando Valley in California, Southern California. My dad played trumpet in the Army. He wasn't like a gigging player, but he loved music. He loved jazz music. He played Frank Sinatra and Ella and big band music a lot when we were growing up. So that was huge for me, and it just kind of, seeped in because it's like I just feel so lucky and blessed that was happening without my knowledge. And then when I was about 19, I fell in with these people who all they listened to was straight ahead jazz. And that was, if I turned, there was, it was radio then. And if I turned on, the Stones or the Doors or whatever on the radio station, they would immediately, and it'd be like Russ on or Miles or Ornette Coleman or whatever, because they were just totally into it. So I was kind of force-fed that music in a very lucky fashion. And then when I moved out here, my sister came out here shortly thereafter. I hadn't really done a lot of singing before that, but we got together with Marguerite and, started singing, well, for KGNU. KGNU was 1978. And KGNU was first coming on the air, Boulder radio station. And they put all these, they had a local music access program. And they asked us, and we were a brand new band. We had no tunes, I don't think. We had none tunes. Just to start singing on their radio show with all these other local people. And we put together Barry Wedgell and Phil Sparks. I don't know if you know those guys. Barry Wedgell on guitar, Phil on bass. And every go into KGNU and record this show, a 15-minute show with old-timey Boswell sisters, Andrews sisters, that kind of stuff. And we kind of became Boulder Starlings. You know, I think our first gig might have been the Red Flinger Ball or something at the Boulder Auto. More history?
Yeah.
And then we met, well, Benny Goodman came to play at the Mez, not the Mez, I'm sorry, at the, that was what we used to do, the Mackey, at Mackey Auditorium. And I called the program council and said, you should have Rare Silk open for Benny. And they said, that's a really good idea. So we opened for Benny and he fell in love with us. Wow. We had our vintage dresses and he just, so I have some videos if you would like to see them, or at least one, because it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, what else would you like to know?
Well, and then Rare Silk became pretty popular and you guys were touring all over the world, right? And
popular first, you know, before the Benny thing, and then Benny took us under his wing and we played these ridiculous venues like the Hollywood Bowl and Carnegie Hall and the Oryx Jazz Festival. Here I just happen to have this really cool Oryx Jazz Festival 1980.
So cool.
Japan, I should say.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's probably me, which is all these incredible musicians like Dizzy Gillespie and Alfonso Johnson and Robin Ford. And it was 4 groups and we got to do a week in Japan with Benny. It was insane.
That's awesome.
But there's no rhyme or reason. It was just a roller coaster, really, you know. And then we decided we wanted to add a 4th voice because we wanted to modernize our sound. So Benny wanted us to keep doing kind of cutesy, old-timey stuff. He wanted us to sing around one microphone, and we just, it's like, we want to grow. We want to grow in music, you know. So we added Todd, still 1980, and we started doing gigs at, let's see, well, still at the Mez, at the Boulder Auto, the Wall Street Jazz Cellar. I don't know if you guys ever knew of that place in Boulder on the mall.
I don't remember. I think that's before our time.
Yeah.
Sutherland. And the Bombay Club in Denver. And then we wanted to record, so we went to the NAJE thing in Kansas City, I think it was, or somewhere in Kansas, and performed because we were told there would be scouts there looking for people to sign to labels. And some guy saw us and thought we were great. We were doing more modern stuff then because the 4-part harmony led us to stuff. We were doing things like Stolen Moments, Every Day, more intricate harmonies, which is my love. So
Doing your arranging.
I tell you what, it was a mix of, I should point this, I'm afraid to do it, but I will. I'll point this thing over to this photo. This is a perfect example. Oh, please. Yes. Can we see?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of how we used to sit around the piano with Todd and me and Gail. That was Jamie, who was in our band for a while. We've had some different configurations. And we would work out parts kind of by ear in a certain, to a certain degree. But of course, a lot of parts were written as well. And especially as we got ready to do a record, a lot of the stuff was written, but so much of it was, you know, oh, that sounds cool, let's do that. And I think that's one of the reasons, to my ear, we don't sound like other vocal groups. If you listen to our harmonies, they don't sound like those vocal groups. They have a more piano voicings and more of the minor seconds in the middle, and it just has a different sound, and cross voicing. Like I know that UNC has charts of rare silk that you can buy for vocal groups, but the way they wrote them, they don't understand that the voices crossed a bunch.
Oh.
So they write it out as the typical soprano, alto, bass, tenor, but our voices crossed a bunch. So it gave us a different texture.
And how long did Rare Silk keep going?
10 years.
10 years.
88.
And did it just kind of stop naturally?
There's always band stuff. So I'd like be married to however many other people. So it went through different configurations. Marguerite was with us, and then she quit after the first album. And then we had Barb Reeves join us, a vocalist. She was out of Boulder. And then Barb was with us for a few years, touring a lot. And Barbara quit. And then we had Jamie, the gal who was in that photo, Jamie Bromus, who was out of DC. We did a lot of, we were looking for a fourth, so people submitted resumes, and it was really something. But it was hard for Jamie, I think it was hard because she lived in DC, and it was just difficult to keep that together. So then it ended up being just me, Gail, and Todd.
Yeah.
But we did 3 records.
You want to share a couple things? You
Yeah,
had yeah, that'd be awesome.
Okay, well, I'll share, it's a little chronological. I'll give you a little us with Benny in Japan, and then Rare Silk at live at Duke's Place in New Orleans, and then the Jacksonville Jazz Festival, which was pretty damn exciting because they sandwiched us in between Branford and Miles.
Oh my gosh.
It was insane. So, yeah, shall I do that?
Yeah.
This work. I know I'm going to get really big in your screen there. I need my glasses. La 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 la. Share, right? Share screen. Yes, with computer sound. Share. And then here comes. See.
You're right there.
And Benny. Here we go. This is in Japan. Are you ready? Oh, it's loud.
So you met someone who sent you back on your heels. Goody goody. So you met someone and now you know how it feels. Goody goody. So you gave her your heart too, just as I gave mine to you. And she broke it in little pieces. Now how do you do? So you lie awake just singing the blues all night. Goody goody. So you think that love's a barrel of dynamite. Hooray and hallelujah, you had it coming to ya. Goody goody for her, goody goody for me. Now I hope you're satisfied, you rascal you. heels. Goody goody, so you met someone and now you know how it feels. Goody goody, so you gave her your heart too, just as I gave mine to you. And she broke it in little pieces. Now how do you do? So you lie awake just singing the blues all night. Goody goody, so you think that love's a barrel of dynamite. Hooray and hallelujah, you had it coming to ya. Goody goody for her, goody goody for me. Now I hope you satisfied your ass for you. Now I hope you satisfied your ass for
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah,
that
that's
was
fun.
great. What a really good too.
Benny, awesome. Oh my God, I love him. He's so adorable.
Fabulous.
And by the way, my hair is almost.
Hi, I'm Noni
Oh,
Cream.
what's up?
I'm a co-founder of Beauty Guard, and I want to share with you
no.
the results that I've had using our new product.
I tell you. So professional. My hair is almost as long now as it was in that video. It's like, am I gonna get a haircut? Okay, here we go with us live at Duke's Place in New Orleans.
Polyno recording artist Rare Silk.
Now the monkey at first.
Listen to that bebop music, moving me out every night to a little club on N Street. The band is close enough to touch a magic table. People, what a rapport!
Walk down the stairs and open the door, and baby, you're in Harold's house of jazz.
Little section burning, smoking up on the stand, digging the band, do their thing, and you know the thing is swinging.
So come and find a seat, take off your coat, feeling the beat, and order a bite.
They're gonna be rocking, they're gonna be stomping tonight. Real jazz is for the folks who feel jazz, and real jazz is what the band is doing. And now you think you're playing a Charlie Parker tune. I'm almost certain that you wouldn't be wrong, folks, 'cause all of these Harold's favorite song, folks. Did you want to take me where the music is hot? Who do you got? Pull my coat, and I'll make a note to be there. We'll take around and dig the sound until it gives us everything that it has. Stick with Bill, man, put it up, all down, out, do one thing in the door, and in Harold's house of jazz. Shoot around the band, don't take it about, don't leave it about to my. Hey, baby, baby, show it about this.
Sit down,
Way deep down on N Street, they are rapping it tight every night.
come along if you want to hear some bebop.
The band's close enough to touch a match table. People, what a rapport! Walk down the stairs and open the door, and baby, you're in Harold's house of jazz. We've got jazz in DC, baby. Where you been at? Listen to that. Stick around, 'cause you're gonna find some bebop. I see a table over there, so let's sit down, relax, and order a bite.
We're gonna be rapping, we're gonna be stopping tonight.
Real jazz is for the folks who feel jazz, and real jazz is what the band is doing. You told me thinking you were playing with Charlie Parker too. I know what you mean, 'cause I started the same, folks, but I'll be damned if I can think of the name, folks. Let's go tell the boss he's got one hell of a place. Buy him a taste, and I hope that he's open after hours.
I know he's gonna understand that we appreciate the music he has.
beef I'll serve the way that it was. Say, oh, so now let's start with a dose of it. April's House of Champs. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Super
It
hit.
sounds like you're singing the high parts, right? Are you singing the top?
Gail's singing the top. My-
Okay, you're like alto-ish.
Yep. hmm So it went from that to, oh, God, I hope I still have that. Oh, I know. To, we grew, we changed. Oh, by the way, Peter Huffaker was on that gig you just saw. Michael Berry, did you know Michael?
Yeah.
And Jim Riddle.
Oh.
Yeah. And before that, with Benny Goodman, it was Teddy Wilson. I don't know if you noticed him on the piano.
Easy.
Okay. Do we have enough time? Are we okay with time?
Yeah, we're fine. Totally fine.
Okay. This is Jacksonville Jazz Festival 86.
Sunday, went to the city, hoping to see one day. New York afternoon, took the subway, went to the village, Chinatown, and walked down Broadway. On a day two, strolled in the park, what a lovely feeling, and I looked at you, and my heart began to beat. This is our day. Here in Manhattan, everyone was thought of our play. New York afternoon. Growing on show and wash deep Times Square. Heard some jazz on my lonely side. We'll remember the skies are gray and snow was falling in December. It was a New York afternoon. New York afternoon, such a lovely, lovely, lovely feeling. 'Cause my love is with me. Well, remember strolling through the park, and the mile began to be the line to the glow, just like a two. Well, I need you look to me, but a lovely, lovely, lovely feeling. What I'm feeling. Got to get back to New York and see my baby. Oh, then I know it's not a wonderful one, and my love is gone through. But on a New York afternoon, New York afternoon, my love afternoon. Took a subway down, down, Broadway. On a day, on a day, on a day, on a day, 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 on a day. There's a little groove that you find in your constitution, maybe two or not, but they say when you leave New York, you've gone nowhere. All that I know is keeping up his memories to share. I got to get back soon. Watching the sunset across Central Park as the skyline looks just like a tube. Like a tube. My love has come, stuck on a New York afternoon. My love has come, stuck on a New York afternoon. My love has come, without a New York afternoon. My love has come, without a New York afternoon. My love has come, without a New York afternoon. My love has come, without a New York afternoon. Thank you.
Nice.
Studio fade. Well done.
I do my best.
Yeah, man. Let's. You guys sound fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Let me make sure this is off. Yeah, I started it running. Give
So
me a little quick second to get rid of that, please. It's still playing. Okay. Yeah. See, it's still playing. Oh, well. I can't do anything about it.
that'll just be a little background.
Music, exactly. How did I get back to you guys? There, stop share. Okay. So, yeah.
You got the band breaks up and you said 88, right? Something like that. And then what'd you do?
I went, well, a few odd jobs, but I was kind of like, didn't really know what to do with myself. It was weird. And then, let's see, I went to photo school. I went to Art Institute
Oh,
to do photography. That's how I started doing photography. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 years at photo school at the CIA, Colorado Institute of Art in Denver.
And you had a photography place in Louisville for quite a while, I think, right?
So I had a studio in Denver. I lived in Denver for a long time. I had a studio in Denver. I was married to a photographer. We helped him raise his 2 daughters. And had a studio right, a couple different ones, right on low high, I guess it was, in low high, before it was low high. And then over in Rhino, Art Pacific. So I had that, and then when I moved to Louisville, yes, I had a studio right on Main Street, and of course, Larry used to come help out with the drums there.
yeah.
That was awesome. And then I had you guys there as we did our house concerts, right?
Yeah, we
Yep.
played there one time.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah, I love that. I just love that.
Can you come
What-
a little closer to your microphone and we'll just finish with you saying so we can hear you a little better.
So what projects do you have now?
Now I have an album that I've been trying to lift off, you know. I've been working with Kip Kipper at Kip Studios, basically my producer, co-producer. Michael Schuler is also contributing. But Kip and I get together and brainstorm and mind meld, and it's just like so exciting every time I go there, because we've got all the tunes happening, and with his direction, really excited about it. We had a recording almost date in April. We were going to record in April. I've got musicians lined up, so we'll see when that happens.
So you have all the material for the album, and you just on hold until you get together in the studio.
Yes, I've got I've written lyrics to a few tunes. One is Pat Metheny's "It's Just Talk."
I really love that tune.
God, I've loved that song for so long. It's just like, and so I've wanted to write lyrics to it for a long time, and it just wouldn't come out. And one time I went to Coop, and we're talking with Kip about tunes, and he's like going, okay, so this tune, that tune, and he says, you know, it's just talk. I'm like, Kip, I don't know if these lyrics are gonna come out. I've tried. I don't know what's, he says, okay, you give that another try. He's like pushing me. So it happened. So I'm really happy about that. Dolphin Dance, I wrote lyrics to. I think I did that with you guys, with you, both of you, at that gig recently.
Mm-hmm.
At the Muse, yeah. And what else? Oh, well, Mike Stern tune.
Oh, cool.
So
Cool stuff.
I'm excited about it. So I hope in the not too distant future that we can record it and make a little magic. You know, I really need to make this album because I'm getting older and I can't wait too much longer.
Fantastic. And you're a fantastic vocalist, and everybody loves hearing you sing. And do you have anything you want to leave the listeners with? Any words of wisdom, encouragement, or?
I heard you ask that question. I don't know. The wisdom, you know, it's such a weird time. I'm definitely on a emotional roller coaster. I think it's very much about, you know, I heard you ask Elena and Kabu the other night about that, and it was night for me. And my thought at the very time, I think Elena said it, was be kind, because I think that's really important. It just came to my mind as soon as the words came out of her mouth. And I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
That's the best we can do right now, you know?
I think that's wonderful to leave with. So thank you for sharing all that. I learned a ton about you, and that was really, really great. So thanks, and we'll get this posted in the next few days.
Thank you so much, you guys. I love you guys. I wish only the best for everything you do. You've really created a nice space at the Muse, and I know people love it. So
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
bye.